Greetings, class. This is Professor LaShawn Bold, and I will be presenting some information here about the syllabus. What I'd like for you to do, we're here in the Start Here screen right now, but we're going to go here to Syllabus, and we're going to click on that, and then we're going to click on this link, and that'll bring up your syllabus. This is Human Behavior in the Social Environment 2. Here is the information for how to contact me. I can be reached in lots of different ways, but if you will email me, then we could schedule a time to talk over the phone or Skype or whatever we need to do, or you can also meet with me in person. But it's best to just email me and let's see how we need to work out anything you want to discuss. So here is the syllabus, and it talks about the description of the course content. This is the second of 2 required human behavior courses that explore, within the context of a strengths empowerment-based perspective, the biopsychosocial development of people from adulthood to death. So we will be exploring in this course the beginnings of life, including pregnancy and conception, all the way through to the end of life. And so it's a really interesting course that I think you'll enjoy as we go along from module to module or week to week. So let's go through here, and I want to explain that educational policies, these are the learning outcomes. What this means is, anytime you see this, is social work is a very distinct profession. And so because we are a distinct profession, we follow a code of ethics, and we follow the Council of Social Work Education. So they mandate some things called educational policies, or we refer to them as EPOS, in social work, that we have to include. And so this means that if we follow these educational policies and provide the activities that follow these educational policies, then ethically you are getting the information that you need for those of you who are proceeding in social work. I know we have some people who are doing electives in this class and things like that, but if you are planning to be a social worker, these are the things that you're going to learn about in this class. And so each one of these policies is good for you to know. It's also good to know that your syllabus is sort of like a contract. It means that these are the things that I'm agreeing to teach you or to instruct and facilitate, and these are the things that you agree to accomplish. So for that reason, all of the activities in this course must be completed or must be attempted. You cannot pass this course without completing all of the activities and participating fully in this class. And that's because I, as a social worker, have an ethical responsibility to you and to social work to make sure that you're learning what you need to learn to be a social worker. So just keep that in mind as we go along in your having questions about social work and things like that. You'll know that that's what the EPOS is. And here is the course textbook and some other recommended texts. You don't have to necessarily buy the APA manual, but you need to have access to it and you need to know about APA. If you are in other courses where you've done MLA for writing, you need to do APA in social work. We will not accept any other writing core other than APA in social work. Also, I want to point out some of this syllabus, for all kinds of reasons, is formatted in an odd way. So without getting too much into detail about why, just know that every once in a while you'll see something like this where the font is very big or something, and that's just that can't be changed right now. So just go with it. I'm obviously not a perfectionist. I try to be, but I'm not. And so we just roll it out there the best we can. So here are the major assignments and examinations. You have 2 exams, so we're 20% of your final grade. There is a group presentation in this course, and one of the first things I'll ask you to do is to get to know your group well so that you can do well on that presentation. This is not something that you want to procrastinate about. This group presentation is very, very important. So I want to make sure that you know what to expect there in that group presentation. There's a space on Blackboard with all of the detailed instructions. You also have a major paper case study in this class, and you will write that individually on your own. That cannot be written in a group. You need to write your major case study on your own. And that's an interesting one because you will be interviewing someone. So you want to go ahead and look at these assignments long before they're due so you can get started and know what to expect. So it doesn't mean they have to be completed in the first week or anything, but make yourself aware of the course and what the assignments are that are going to be expected of you. There are 10 short quizzes administered throughout the semester. And each one is worth 100 points and 5% of your final grade. There are also activities, so you will need to complete the activities as well. There are discussion boards. There are 5 discussion boards and 5 activities. One thing that's important to remember is the discussion boards must be completed within the week. Okay, the activities and the quizzes will stay open all semester, but the discussion boards will close each week and they cannot be made up. There are some very specific instructions here about discussion boards and what is expected. You are expected to have a minimum of at least 3 posts. That means you will respond to the question or whatever you need to respond to on the discussion board by the Friday of each week. And then you have until Monday to respond to 2 other people. But your initial part is due on Friday, and the 2 other people is due by Monday. And as long as you complete all 3 by Monday night at 11:59, you will be doing well. Be sure and read this for detail. Also, because this is an upper level class, you will need to be very cognizant about the discussion boards and what you put there. It needs to be professional. You need to have course materials and course text in there. You need to cite your discussion boards using APA. These are professionally discussed materials, and so we need to make sure that we all understand how to interact a little more professionally. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't say things like, hey, that was great, but your discussion board needs to be a lot more than, hey, that was great. So you need to respond to others with clear and good mechanics, good spelling, and you need to use references as supporting what you're saying throughout the materials, throughout your discussion boards. Okay, so let's go on to grading. Obviously, the exams are 20%, group presentation is 20%, case study is 20%, and then there's your quizzes, activities are 5%, and discussion boards are 10% of the grade. Important area here is on late assignments. 10 points will be deducted for late assignments, and no assignment is accepted after 5 days. So they need to be on Blackboard. I do not accept assignments on email unless I have instructed you to do that. Here's one of those areas where the syllabus will not allow me to change this part for some reason, the syllabus template. So there it is. You're going to see 2 of those, just one of those glitches. And that's something about online courses. There's always going to be a work in progress. You know, we try to get it out there as quickly as we can and in the best shape we can, but then there's always something that needs to be fixed. So your patience is appreciated. Also, with late assignments, there's no makeup for exams. Something you need to know on the quizzes is that quizzes, you will have 2 opportunities to take the quizzes and the exams. So some people say, well, what good is that? Then I know the answers or whatever. Well, what it does is it allows you to really absorb the information. So if you got something wrong, you're going to take a closer look at that. And when you have to redo it, you'll definitely look closer the next time, or maybe it gets your eyes on that textbook. The best way to be successful in this class is to read that course text and to follow the modules along in order, and not try to jump around and skip around and get this done or that done, but to follow things in order. Let's see. You have to complete all of the assignments for this course to receive a passing grade. I should say passing grade there. And attendance each week begins on a Tuesday and ends on a Monday. That's important for you to know. I think you'll get in the groove of it as you follow along, but that allows you to have the weekend to respond to people, the weekend and Monday to respond to people after you've posted on Friday. It seems to work well for people with the Tuesday through Monday. So most everything is due Monday by 11:59 unless otherwise noted. Here's the course schedule. It talks a little more about that. There is a weekly checklist. You'll see that the course schedule is actually matches the syllabus on course materials. So when you go to course materials, the course schedule is there. Again, if you see anything like some dates that are wrong, that type of thing, let me know. If I think it's necessary to make a change, then I'll make a change and get it out to the whole class. Let's see. Again, be sure and read the syllabus for detail. This is your course schedule, and everything is there. It talks about what you need to do for the week. What I would do is I would get a calendar or a planner of some kind and write in all of the due dates. Would be a good idea. So, for example, you want to make sure that you remember this due date. Because exams cannot be made up. So you want to make sure you get that done by then. You can do them early. Typically they're open early. If there's some kind of issue, please let me know about that. We have spring break this semester, which is very, very exciting. I know students love to take a break, need to take a break. You don't have to break during the semester if you want to keep on rolling through, but remember, you're still going to have to do the discussion boards in that same time frame so that you can be discussing with your classmates. So don't get so far ahead on the discussion boards that you don't remember to respond to other people. Much of this class is working on the group presentation. You'll see work on group presentation, work on group presentation. That means you need to be communicating with your group regularly and as frequently as possible to get that presentation done. They do not come out well when you just assign members to things and then one person tries to collaborate it all together. It really works best when you're discussing to put it together. When you have voiceover, you get extra credit for voiceover. You get 10 extra points on that group project if you voice over it, and it's much better that way and much more polished. One of these things, do not wait till the last minute on the group project. That's why I get you started early on that, and you've got plenty of time each week to get that going. You will also have feedback to your group members at the end, and you will not receive a grade until you have completed the feedback as well. Here's some more information about grade grievances and student support services. UTA has so many student support services, everything from, mental health to physical health to tutoring, outside activities, counseling, psychological services. We just have a lot to offer. So be sure you're aware. Most of those services are either free or at low cost. So you want to be aware of what's available to you, especially as we begin the semester. And there's the UTA librarian. The drop policy. It's always best to let me know if you think you're going to drop, and let's talk about why before you do it. But if you do plan to drop, do it before the drop date so that you don't have to take an F in the course. With disability accommodations, most people who do online classes do not have that much difficulty with accommodations because it's at your own pace. And then there's several other things here that you can read on your own. Campus Carry, there's a student feedback survey at the end. I want to thank you for taking this course, and I hope that you have an amazing semester.